50 to 60% of work partly measures, partly less, partly volunteer.
Would that was also done at more competitors as well?
Exactly. So that last thing is the majority of work for probably 2 or 3 tender ads.
Right.
Ourselves, it's from the NHS.
How do you do? Why would they choose to work for you versus anyone else?
So that's everyone starts off like that. So realistically, anyone in hire, we hire and take them their time away from another business where they do work. And so we generally attract people in to do a couple hours a week, give them the screen to work out financially to keep them on at that rate. And then we try and make them sort of enjoy business, like the work they're doing, like the team, and then they build up and can shape what trust goes on.
But just digging a little deeper into this question, do we have any differentiators? Do you feel that if somebody was working elsewhere, they began to work with you and they're doing 20% of their time, if somebody asked them, if an independent person asked them, would they have anything to say that it's better to work for ARI because?
Yes, it depends on the type of work you want to do. So the radiologists that like working for us, like fixed hours, really sort of being part of a
larger ecosystem.
A radiology kind of department, but in the child. Also, so we do a very specific type of work, so it's creating that active. And so we think there's a real
just having this and learning to supporting each other. So we're creating one of the collegiate that we are also out of that just in transparent. So we've got a very nice team that just taken their positions going to the aim. It's very useful. The clinical council is still around and supporting the radiologists and interacting with this, what we're looking at. And also the education arm of ARI. That's what we want to promote as well.
Yeah. So the doctors that like overnight, high day, the emergency reports and lane, not big part team, don't enjoy both of us. Ones that kind of like people interaction, either routine elective, like our platform setup, generally tends to be more purpose.
There's the Google products. So although but we seek to found the shot and that's which means that we start putting controls for this is also just and what do we have a forest or so this ID.
And if any of them want to join in, it's for sure that the schedule of the tumor board discussions. So all tumor boards are well. If they want to join in and listen in on a tumor board, if anyone's seeking US, anyone seeking, because that McKinsey study on doctors was very interesting. They created 7 archetypes of doctors and said different people are motivated by different things.
Okay.
There's some who are the middle of the night do the case, they have the maximum money and that's all I want.
Yeah.
Some want academics.
Yeah.
Some want teaching, mentorship. They want to teach others and build. Some want the research.
Yeah.
Some want recognition more than anything. So put their papers up, put their name, and shine it lights. So if we, give them a range of things, it's very important for us to position different from the others. And say because we have a history of being a large provider in both sides, in UK as well as in India. We want to do this differently. It's not just a pure business. Well, it's an important part of the healthcare ecosystem.
And what I get of when we have discussed is having a clinical input to abnormal range institute, access to a subspecialist for imaging finding. So the circle time to go to the next level of care may be several hours. If it is identified, can be assisted, say this is actually a clinical abnormality that should from
virtual laser shift in the UK or something like I think should be exposed to vision. Based on quite different in India, for example, in India, and then to search what a positive CT, but there's nobody there to be back on the people there. So people need a lot of policy changes. Really thoughts is what we have to be found there.
And I think why we should just do it free. Let people get used to a higher level report, which also has clinicians, way opinion, and they can, see where it evolves. I think it's a very good idea, but we also have to be careful of whose toes we're stepping. Because if you've given a report saying it's urgent, but the system got to it only 7 months later, the CEO figures this out 3 days later, you don't know whose head is on the roll. So, because they're doing it fast and they're giving it away almost free. So fast.
We were just talking about this earlier. That a lot of those early AI products are totally commoditized.
Totally. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
The TV one we did, it's like every other guy has one.
Yeah.
And there's nobody really assessing accuracy.
Elon Musk is doing it on Twitter.
He's reading scans on Twitter.
He's saying, put your grok.
But yesterday he, in that conference, he said that give me 3 to 6 months, grok will be ahead of anything to all of this.
Yeah.
And you can expect really something.
Yeah. We've seen in the UK just recently.
Scan the market, see what's available, see what's available free, and integrate it into workflow.
Yeah.
The story is not just about building our market. It's about using the best in the world, the best results.
That is not a good but
Yeah.
so we're going to checking.
We Jonathan would want us to do with it and to set the pieces we year. You will all this kind of us when there's you up the business.
Correct.
You don't have your best game in church.
Guidance. We are on. And papers just links coverage to house and professors give us. No one don't like a publication factory. Because if we get 50 publications this year, like we
and up one couple of stacks second as a same on the journey all the reports as we might stop. None of them were very easy. That's why that is some man personally. We are there, yes, there was still a very long journey to make. I think we managed to build a credible global platform to launch our services. We got some here. So the main inspiration for this journey was our chairman, the son chiefs of the UK, met yesterday. He's a man that thinks big and that inspires everybody else to think inspired. And then just try your best to make it possible. I'm really grateful for the support and faith shown by the subject that the section of this company says. Trusted us, faith that, and that's that we using. Certainly with the words for ages. Also very important are the partners that we had through this journey. The Royal College of Radiologists, NHS England, several AI Christian, some other company, has been a very close partnership with us before the AI global. So all these partnerships, they give us a common differentiation and not just the delivery something that is in the transaction that's putting so a company that thinks in education, AI, and to put it all together to offer a product to this our target what a value. And that comes the health partnership that we have. Jeff here was the CEO of St. Richard Chair and Steve CFO. So this is the partnership that we currently cherish, that we self-college have put up And it's been a busy 18 months for all of us at very steep to understand the cross-country regulations and of that. Then we remain we have been operational now for 2 months, and we expect that we can carry our products in the UK clean. But none of this would have been possible without the team. So this meeting is particularly trying to be part of the state with us for a very long time. And then he was extremely hard. They tested their own so what they on all the best to have into the campaign. And this space is an example of Johnny, when he came a few days ago, saw a school of dirt, civil, all kinds of things that got into school 48 hours in particularly quite small. And that's what has people work there and we have to lean sleep. So and they choose to get that. So I'm very grateful for the team. And the same applies to the therapies about family. I would survive in Dhabi. So I'm Oxford studying somewhere. So we have this radiologist who just want to give something back to the area of expanding. So we spend a lot of big time in the first to help forces together. And we have about 1,000 radiologists staying now that that's across millions, but millions forces exactly. And so the project team that we were testing it out with in the space with all specifications. So thank you all, and I hope that we have continuous support that you try to grow into something bigger than ours. Thank you.
We came over here a year ago, just a little walk and walked around this building, and it was concrete, cement, and lots of dust. We have to wear hard hats. Today is a real transformation to see that. And I share the excitement Dr. Raju's spoke on behalf of Green Health. We couldn't be happier about where we are, but also excited about where we can get to. And today's just a small taste, I think, of what that could be. But I walk around today the first time I've seen it. I go away with being global, having ambition. Lucky enough yesterday to spend time with the chairman over in Chennai. That was inspirational, and come away thinking, okay, we could do something really, really strong here. There's one word that would just sort of leave you with on the way around. It's just around how we could be different. The sort of differentiation piece, special. We know that healthcare is a challenge marketplace. Keeping being really clear on the point of difference is just a key thing, I think, for ARI going forward. So that's my sort of top of my head thoughts as I brought down and think this morning about the opportunity is fantastic. So thank you to everybody who's been involved in giving us the platform to go on and do some great things.
Morning, everyone. It's truly a special day and a wonderful privilege to be amongst you at yet another opening, not so much a physical opening, but really the opening of doors to a larger opportunity and to a larger space, a larger dream, a larger opportunity. In my 40 years of career, I think I've had the good luck and blessing to be amongst wonderful people doing great things and many, many openings like this. And each one of them, I think, is typified by something like a common theme which runs across. And that is, what are we doing? How can we make this world a better place? So it's not just about read the report, read it accurately, give the thing, get your money, meet your AOP. It's about, and I heard that beautiful thing. As we read the report, can we give a clinical input also so that somebody can react faster? As you analyze these huge number of reports, how can we accelerate the pace of AI? So at every single point, I think echoing, the words of Richard, our, true and wonderful partners, is the differentiation. Don't just do what everybody's doing. Be special, be different. And that special and different lies in the deep conviction that we can help a human life. And that beautiful thing over there, you said that every report or every X-ray, every pitch tells a story. And it's those stories that you're not just unfolding, but you're helping. So it's really a great pleasure to be here. I want to especially thank, and I thank is one thing, but also just convey a sense of excitement to our partners. So Richard Bradford, the chairman of InHealth and the partner of InHealth Ventures, Jeff Searle, the CEO of InHealth, Steve Scott, our CFO of InHealth. So welcome to all of you. We're really looking forward to a super exciting journey. If at any point of time, I don't think it'll happen, but if at any point of time you see Raju and the team going slow, please don't hesitate to push further. I think that's the important part. I'm especially excited about ARI because it's not just radiology read, it's not just global, but it has this beautiful interface of education, research, AI, new products. The combination is what makes us really special. And in the space of AI, many of you will know it's a platform, it's a tool, this capability that I'm particularly fond of. I'm passionate about how we can transform healthcare, and the transformation is about access. This, despite everything we see and all the high end and at Apollo we're doing, the heart transplants and the robotic surgery and the complex ECMO and Impala and assist device, we're doing it, God's grace, we're doing it all. This proton treatment, this campus is going to have a proton here. At the end of the day, there are many, many people who are denied care. So this unique formula that you have of high quality, low cost, bandwidth availability and the AI is one of the solutions to global access to healthcare. So in the realm of what you do every day, please keep that as your North Star. That we're doing this every day, but where we're trying to go is to push universal, affordable, accessible, quality healthcare for the world. And we're going to play an important part. And we want the hospitals to work with us, and the doctors who work with us, the people who we train to say you've inspired us on this journey, helped us on this journey, made this possible. So we will have many, many steps on the way. Some days will be great and some days will be tough. I hope not that, one day your network will be down. I hope not, but in each one of these, please come together not with your personal, problems, but with what is your client fix. So that center of somebody out there is depending on you and I'll do whatever it takes to help them. I think that, please keep that in mind always. And I remember this from the days in 1984, a year after we had just begun, 6 months after we opened the whole Madras. It was Madras in those days, not Chennai. There were massive rains, really, really big rains. Basement was flooded. And what did we have in the basement? The laboratory service, the CSSD and the kitchen. You need all three of them. So what we went down there, you had one team who was pumping out the water, had another team who moved the CSSD machine up so that we took one theatre and converted it into a CSSD so that we could keep sterilization. And the chefs said, no problem, ma'am. They stood on wooden blocks, which was, or the plastic crates that the vegetables came in, and said, we'll continue to cook, it doesn't matter. So, it's that kind of thing because they said the patient should not suffer. So, it's 40 years since that incident, but the philosophy of is that everyone will pitch in, whether you're a doctor, you're a manager, you're whatever, you could be in finance, you could be in when a job needs to be done for the sake of the patient, you will find a way to do it together. So that is a philosophy that I would request you to keep in mind and continue to espouse. And the last thing I really want to say is that the world is changing very, very fast. So please be agile, be nimble, be capable of pivoting. In fact, when I saw some of the walls in the rooms, I was saying, oh, why did we put lighter walls in this thing? POP spaces, because everything is changing. What you're thinking is going to be great, maybe something that somebody did faster than you. So speed and agility. The dinosaur was the largest creature, the biggest creature, but became extinct because it wasn't the most adaptable. So please, keep that one in mind and don't go, there's an anticipation, the puck is moving in that direction, I'm going to be there to pick up that puck. Imagine where the puck is going and skate there. So be where the puck is going. So that agility, framework, and mindset. And the last thing is I congratulate every single one of the team members. I know other people took this from a very small, in 3 months kind of thing, literally nurtured this to Chandra, there were others in this thing, and of course Dr. Raju who's been the pillar and the mover who really made all this happen. And to every single one of you, first, congratulations. Second, I wish you good luck and prayer and that you will be a great success. And third is that in that success you find deep satisfaction and happiness for what you have created, what you have done. And remember, what you're doing here are the stories you'll be telling your grandchildren. That this is what we made happen. And that is something, so think, dream big, dream beyond. I love the fact that you put your 25th dot on Fiji. So it's, the smallest country. I visited there almost 9 years ago. 9, maybe 11 years ago, and Prime Minister was there on one of his first visits to Fiji. And he said, what are you doing here? And then I said, we're doing a telemedicine connect with the University of Fiji. And he was so happy. He actually stopped his whole retinue and spoke for 5 minutes. And in Hindi said, this is, something fantastic, because from India we can take our knowledge everywhere. And that's banned with the technologies enabling us to do that. So good luck. I foresee many great things in the future. Equipment partnerships, embedded AI, great global reach, altitude of teaching and training, using platforms which are available, big partnerships, each one of these with a fantastic routine, day-to-day, simple work done exceptionally well. The combination of that will take us a long time. Very, very happy to see all of you. I wish you all the very best, and leave you with the thought that we were opening that first hospital in Chennai. Nobody believed it would happen. Somebody at the back said, nobody built 250-bed hospitals in those days, massive buildings. So someone at the back said, look, he's a very clever man. In a few years, this will get converted into a hotel. It's already these big homes and this thing. And you all know that we disproved that. And today, 11,000 beds, 300 clinics, 3,000 diagnostic collections, 6,500 pharmacies, a realm of education initiatives from diversity to mind skills. 1/3 of all Indian doctors at some point of time have trained on the diversity platform. But each one of these only centered around how can we make healthcare better. So as among of course, the pharmacies which are known and 24/7, but now 18 million customers fully on that. So each one is a journey, everyone is a team. How can we work together to make the world a better place? So I welcome ARI. I think you've moved from being a baby in the team to now a young adult that we have great expectations for. So all the very best. Good luck. God bless you.